rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledged knowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rocket, Knicks Universe. Your main man, Uncle Freezy, is in the building. Salute. Salute. Yo, salute to everybody watching us on YouTube. Salute to everybody watching us on X. Appreciate y'all being here. We're gonna rock for a little bit, man. The topic that I think we have to discuss. I know y'all want to talk about TJ Warren. I kind of want to talk about lead with something else, and then we could talk about TJ Warren for whatever the 2-hour limit lets us talk about, right? Right. So I want to shout out to my people, man. Andios is in the building. Salute to Andios. Hit him up is in the building. Building Blocks is in the building. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. Louisiana Knicks was good, man. Salute. Salute to everybody about to watch us on X. T. Williams is in the building. Coming in the door with PJ Tucker. Yeah, we're going to talk about some PJ Tucker. Right, we're going to talk about some PJ Tucker. Right. I want to kind of speak to a thing. I want to reel my people in, right? I want to reel my people in a little bit, offer a little bit of levity. I want to offer a little bit of levity and also listen to what it is that you have to say or read what you have to say, right? Want to do that? I guess I'll start it off with this. And so if I get a little bit all over the place, I'm gonna try my best to tie it together. Right. But I wanna put this out there and then tie it all together, bring it all in. Right. So what needs levity in our fan base is the loss of a leader, right? And how we handle the loss of a leader depends on the circumstance, right? Sometimes it's a career decline, like when it was Melo and Pat Ewing, and sometimes it's an injury, like in this case, it's Jalen Brunson. And how we handle that collective shock depends on how the injury occurs and how significant it looks when it happens. Right? So when Jalen Brunson's injury happened, the first thing I thought was torn Achilles. So I legit saw Jalen Brunson's career flash in front of my eyes. Like, yo, he's already small. He's already average athleticism, right? He's already dealing with certain stuff, right? How could Jalen Brunson at 30 coming off injury help the Knicks? All this stuff flashed in my head, right? Like as soon as I saw the replay, his ankle hit the floor and his foot was laid, I was thinking, if that's a torn Achilles, his Knicks career is over. Right? That's what I was thinking. Like Jalen Brunson, no disrespect to Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson is not the type of athlete that can afford to lose explosiveness and athleticism. Jalen Brunson is crafty. So when I saw this thing happen, I was like, oh no. If that's a torn Achilles, he'll never be the same. That was the shock part. I mean, when I saw it happen in real time, like when it actually happened, when it actually occurred, I was thinking torn Achilles. And then when I saw him on the floor trying to grab for his leg and couldn't reach it, I was like, yeah, that's an Achilles. Right? And I really started panicking, you know. And no matter how cool you are, right? No matter how cool you are, like I feel like I'm cool under pressure. I feel like I'm cool all the time. Right? Like I feel like stuff don't bother me like that. And it's not because I was born like that. It's because after you go through so much stuff, certain things you just kind of, you know. And then plus we all deal with shock in different ways. So when I saw Jalen Brunson's injury, I thought a lot of different things, right? Like, man, that's going to be a year and a half before he gets back and 2.5 years before he's 100% of what he's going to be, the new normal, whatever that would be post Achilles and stuff at 31. Because he'll probably get back, he probably would have came back at 30, and then it probably took him to 31 to get back to, you know. But thank God it wasn't. It wasn't a torn Achilles. Right? Louisiana Knicks in the building. Salute. I see you, boss. Marlon Kahn was good. Thank goodness it wasn't a torn Achilles, right? It's an ankle sprain. We don't know to the extent of what it's going to be. They're going to re-examine in about 2 weeks. So that means in Jalen Brunson's absence, someone is going to have to step up. Now, when somebody steps up, are they going to step up and mind you, and listen, I'm not throwing Jalen Brunson away. I just want you to follow a line of thinking if you can. If I'm stating this in a way that's trackable. If I'm stating this way in a way that's trackable, this is there someone who's going to step up? This can happen. There could be a number of different routes. Miguel P, you heard this before. Miguel P, that's Miguel P, my guy, right? Miguel P, tell me if you've never heard this before. Our rallying cry is do this for Jalen. we're going to go out here and we're going to give this our best for Jalen. He's been our guy for so long, and now that he's gone, we're going to do this for Jalen. That could be one of the approaches that the remaining Knicks take down the stretch. Let's do this for Jalen. We set out at the beginning of the season. We had a goal. Jalen Brunson helped us set it, right? Jalen Brunson helped us set this goal. And now that he's gone, we're going to do this for Jalen. That could be one of the routes that we take. Have a different hero every night. One night it'll be OG. One night it'll be Josh. One night it'll be Bridges. One night it'll be Deuce. One night it'll be Cat. One night it'll be Cameron Payne. But it'll be a bunch of guys rowing together, rowing the boat together, keeping the car in the road, so to speak. And their motivation going forward could be, let's do this for Jalen. Hit him up says he'll be back in 2 weeks. Hit him up. What I heard was he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. Is what I heard. Unless y'all heard something different. Anybody hear anything different? Hit him up, say he'll be back in 2 weeks. I heard he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. I mean, I don't know. If y'all saw something, I don't know, boss. Fritz Alcindor says reevaluate. Okay. Either way, we'll know something in 2 weeks. Whether he's back or reevaluated, either way, we'll know something in 2 weeks. So the Knicks could take that route. Like the Knicks could take that route of, our guy, he helped us set the goal, and now he's down. And now that extra motivation that I was looking for is this. Evergreen G in the building, salute. Hey, this is a smart man right here, man. Evergreen G. That's a very smart man right there. Salute to Evergreen G. That's my guy. If this is your first time coming through and checking out Lawrence Tears and what we're about, and you're here for Knicks content, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. Because not only do we have content, not only do we have content overload here, just thoughts about different things. There's always something to talk about here. Always. Always something to talk about. Right. But with that said, we can rally around Jalen Brunson and pick up the pieces in his absence to prove to the world that this thing is about Jalen, but this thing is being done by more than just Jalen. Right? Jalen's our guy, and we do this for Jalen. But don't forget, this is a team. This is a team. And we do this for Jalen because we believe in Jalen Brunson. Now, that's one stance, that's one approach that we can take. And then there's another stance that can be taken. right? There's another stance that can be taken, right? And let me find this thing first. Okay. Let me see, where is it? There it is. All right. Now here's the other approach, and bear with me. I have to be a little dramatic with this, but not very. I'm going to be a little dramatic. I'm just going to paint a picture with this one, right? Just bear with me, right? A great American poet once said, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's joking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over, blow. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up daddies. He know he won't have it. Y'all see where I'm going? You see where I'm going with this, right? Y'all see what I'm going with. There may be a person in the background thinking his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting. The point that I'm getting at is there may be someone on this team that has been waiting for a moment like this their entire career to show the NBA world what he has, but more importantly, prove it to himself. There may be that guy, right? That guy that has always been Robin. The Knicks may have that guy that has always been Robin, right? But is ready to be the main character. And while this is an unfortunate circumstance, heroes are born in unfortunate circumstances. You don't need a hero when everything's going great. Right? When everything's going great, you don't need a hero. But when an unfortunate thing occurs, someone has to step up. In this scenario, is there a world where the Knicks have a guy that's been waiting for a moment like this to step up and be that guy? Do the Knicks have that guy on their roster? Does that guy recognize the moment? Or has that guy been thinking to himself, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. I know what we could say right here. So what we could say right here in this moment, what we could say is, hey, Uncle Freezy, I never believed in this thing anyway. Jalen Brunson was putting forth a valiant effort. Some of the guys that were out there, they were underachieving anyway. And so the Jalen Brunson injury is our excuse to fold up the tent. Has been a group of us thinking, the only reason we got this far right here is because Jalen Brunson has been carrying us. Cat has been underachieving. Bridges has been underachieving. OG is inconsistent. Tom Thibodeau is old and outdated. The bench is not that. We've been telling ourselves that, insulating ourselves against failure. So in the day that the failure comes, it won't hurt as bad because we've been padding ourselves or insulating ourselves against that blow anyway. So when the blow comes, it doesn't hurt as bad. But the Knicks may be rallying, doing this for Jalen. Or there may be a player on the roster that never got the full opportunity to be the main character. And in his headphones, he's thinking his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting. E. Gibson in the building, salute. There may be that guy on the roster thinking that, like, this is the perfect opportunity in this little short window to show everyone what I can really do. We may have that guy on the roster. That guy may have been waiting his entire career to be that guy. And if the Knicks don't have that, if they don't have a rallying cry, and they don't have a guy ready to step up, do we search for that guy? Do we force that? Do we force someone to be the temporary Jalen or the substitute teacher? Do we force Mikal Bridges to be that guy? Do we force OG Anunoby to be that guy to step up in the absence of a great player? I have a number of thoughts running through my head. I shared them partially the other night. And it landed like a bologna on the floor, flat. It landed flat like a bologna on the floor. I'm going to suggest it again tonight. But what I'd like to do, though, is ask this. Do the Knicks need another hero? Chat, I'm asking y'all. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I'm going to ask y'all, do the Knicks need a hero? Do they need someone to step up in Jalen Brunson's absence? Excuse me. Gonna put the poll out here. Do the Knicks need a player to step up in Jalen Brunson's absence? And so, of course, the answers are simple, yes and no. And before you vote, I'm going to ask you to read the question carefully. Do the Knicks need a player to step up in Jalen Brunson's absence? Gonna ask y'all to hit that like button, man. Y'all smash that like button. Mike Hansen says, Cat's got to open the bag. Yeah. Yeah. And so the poll question is, do the Knicks need a player to step up in Jalen Brunson's absence? A player. Keith Turner's in the building. Salute. Put this thing out here. So yeah, I talked to Corey Lee earlier. I saw Corey Lee going on a rampage earlier. I had to call him like, hey man, what's going on? Anybody see Corey Lee go on a rampage earlier? And when I called him, I didn't even get a chance to talk about it, man, because, you know. I talked to, I spoke with IKBM Dre earlier also. Man, I got to put a little something on this beard. This beard is a little dry. Come on, camera. There we are. And let me do this. I'm going to do this real quick. Okay, let's save this. All right, and put that there. All right, so your poll is out there, everybody. Your poll is out there. I'm gonna ask the chat. Chat, I gave two scenarios, right, of what organizations do when someone important is lost, right? I gave two scenarios, right? I gave two scenarios of what happens when someone in the organization is lost, right? And you tell me which you think the Knicks will do. Fritz, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
NBA Economy Show is in the building. Make sure y'all check out the NBA Economy Show every day at 6 p.m. on YouTube. Is that right?
Not exactly, but I did drop a video.
Not quite, today. Right? Not quite. Okay.
Yeah, I did drop a video today, though.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah, Just Giant is in the building. Salute. So, Fritz, do the Knicks need a hero?
They need people to rally around.
Around?
Yeah, you need to rally around. It could be a player. It could even be the coach.
Okay. Okay.
But they don't need an equal for Jalen. They don't need someone to be equal to Jalen to come out on top.
Okay. Why is that?
Um, it's a team sport. Like we've seen plenty of teams actually get better when their star player goes out
Mm,
because everybody steps it up, or or the play style changes. Like if they go in and say, "Hey, we're gonna play exactly how we played before," it
right.
ain't gonna work.
Okay. So, why wasn't it a team sport before Jalen Brunson got hurt?
They watched him. They watched Jalen dribble, dribble, dribble. Last 2 minutes, it was the Jalen Brunson show.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Now I don't know. I think they should lean a little bit more on the ball movement, and you can't play like Jalen Brunson was there. I know it's kind of scary because pretty much we were dreading non Jalen Brunson minutes. Like, how can we hold this lead for 5 minutes till Jalen Brunson get back? That whole mindset is out. Like, how are we going to play as a team?
Right. Right. Okay. I feel you.
But I can look at teams. Remember, was it 2 years ago? John Morant went out, and the Memphis Grizzlies were actually playing better without John Morant.
Yeah.
And then people question is like, oh, maybe John Morant that good? No, John Morant is that good. Is that as a team, y'all start to learn to play together because you couldn't lean on his talent.
Okay. Okay. Hey, thank you for. Hey, shout out to the people watching on X, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow your man, Big Freezy on X. I need some followers. I need some followers, man, to substantiate my existence on X. I need some followers so I can feel important. Um, yeah, I don't know, dog.
Yeah, I think the formula was flawed anyway, and I'm not even talking just the way we've been playing. I think there's better ways to play, and then since just Jalen Brunson's just so good, we've been getting away with it.
Hmm.
It's now time for Tibbs the coach.
Hey, you ever heard that Nicki Minaj song,
Which one?
"Moment for Life"?
Yeah, Drake. Yeah.
Moment for life.
Mhm.
I need to listen to that real quick because it's something about what you just said about Tom Thibodeau and Moment for Life just jumped in my head. I'm gonna see if I did you buy it? Did you buy a Moment for Life by Nicki Minaj?
No,
Really?
nah, no, I never bought a Nicki album.
What?
Mm-mm.
So we all think differently, right? Like we all think differently, right? Like we all legitimately think differently about stuff. And my thing with Tibbs historically is that, yo, to die for is in the building. Salute to my guy. Salute. Salute. In a twisted way, I think Tom Thibodeau loves these moments. He doesn't love the Jalen Brunson injury, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Tom Thibodeau loves these flat tire moments, I guess is the best way to put it. These inconveniences. I think this is where he coaches his best.
It's a teaching moment.
The chips are down moments,
Mm-hmm.
right? The flat tire moments. Right. I think Tibbs loves these because when you look at Tom Thibodeau's career, there are moments when he had the best player in the NBA out due to injury and still was coaching that team to a winning record. Right? There was a time in Minnesota when Minnesota was the number one team in the Western Conference with Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy Butler got hurt, and they wound up being the 8th seed, and they lost to New Orleans. Drew Holiday and Rondo and them. Yeah.
Drew Holiday, Rondo.
Yeah. Drew Holiday, Rondo, and they beat Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not saying that Tom Thibodeau loves these moments. I am saying that I think Tibbs runs to these moments. You know how like the fire alarm go off and people start running in different directions?
Mm-hmm.
Like some people are running to safety and then there are people running to what the problem is.
Yep.
I think Tom Thibodeau is one of those that runs to the problem. I think he's just wired like that. Right? He's wired like that. Nothing wrong with that. There's people that walk around in life like that all the time. Right? That's just how they are. That's who they are. Right?
Yep.
And so what I think is Tom Thibodeau is not going to make any excuses. Right? This won't be the time for him to say, hey, you know what? Jalen's down. Cat's limping. Precious has a hammy. Mitch is still trying to ramp up. I'm going to sit them guys and play some other guys and then bring everybody back healthy at once. Now, if Fritz chose to do that, I don't have a problem with Fritz doing that. But if you ask Tibbs to do that, you're barking up the wrong tree. Because Tom Thibodeau doesn't run away from adversity. I think Tom Thibodeau stands up taller in adversity. I think Tom Thibodeau runs to adversity. And as a Knicks fan, I like that and I don't like that. Right? I like that, but I don't like that. Right? As a Knicks fan, there are multiple things going on at once. Us going 50 years without a championship is a real, palpable, touchable thing. That's a tangible thing that exists. Right? And then there's also the side of I'm tired of the Knicks losing all the time. Historically, we get so close and then we slip on the banana peel and lose and get embarrassed. LeBron James does the bottle flip challenge on our floor. Trae Young does the fake dice roll on our floor. Malik Beasley does the on our floor. And I get tired of seeing it. So as a Knicks fan, I have to dance the emotional tight wire, right? Of do I save these guys and bring them back healthy for the playoffs? Maybe wind up being the 4 seed and getting Cleveland in the second round? Or do we fight every night, right? Maintain the 3 seed, lose no mojo, keep fighting until Jalen gets back. And then when Jalen gets back, we really gonna go at him. It's that delicate balance. And Knicks fans, y'all are thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. I was watching Ron's show earlier. I was reading y'all comments. Keith Turner. I was reading y'all comments, man. I was in the bushes. Y'all thinking the same thing, right? Oh my God, what happens until Jalen gets back, right? Yeah, y'all are Keith Turner. Don't tell that lie, bro. Put that Newport down and type the truth in the thing. Yeah, y'all are. Y'all are wondering what this team is gonna be until Jalen gets back. Fritz, are you wondering what this team is gonna be until Jalen gets back?
I wonder. I'm not actually. I'm not even. I wouldn't assume Jalen will be. I won't even assume Jalen will be back.
Right.
I think that's a. I think assuming Jalen will be back is a big assumption.
No, yeah, that's not what I'm asking. I'm saying you are wondering what
play
the
style.
Team,
Yeah,
what
I'm
the
wondering.
team is going to be like until Jalen gets back.
Yeah.
Have you wondered who's going to step up in Jalen's absence?
Who will they look on? It's on. There's a whole different. There's so many ways you can attack it. I wonder how Tibbs is going to approach it.
So I have an idea. Hey Fritz, hey, guess what, man? I'm gonna just share this with you real quick just to make you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 3X sweatshirt.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Right? Look at him. Look at him. Oh. Yeah, man. So here is my idea to fix it. Until Jalen Brunson gets back, Mikal Bridges is my point guard.
Ball.
Until Jalen Brunson gets back, Mitchell Robinson is my starting center. Everybody in our lineup is going to be 6'4" or taller in my starting lineup. Right? Mikal Bridges is my point guard. Mitchell Robinson is my center. I'm taking all of Cat's defensive responsibilities and stuff at the rim and all that stuff. I'm taking it out of his hands. And I'm telling Cat, your goal, your mission while Jalen Brunson is out is to score and rebound. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And I'm telling Mitchell Robinson this. If you're not ready to play 30 minutes, then we don't need you. I'm sorry. We waited on you for 9 months like a baby. And you here. And our chips are down. And you got to give me these 30 minutes. You and Precious are the center rotation. Now, I can start Precious and you can come off the bench. But mind you, when the summer get here, I'm sorry. When the summer get here, Mitchell Robinson, Precious Achua, you are my center rotation. Mikal Bridges, Cameron Payne, you are my primary playmakers from here on out. Deuce McBride, you are a wing. I'm taking all point guard responsibilities from Deuce. Deuce, I need your scoring and defense. I don't want you thinking about anything extra. We're going to take Jalen Brunson's responsibility and we're going to spread it out amongst these 9 players that are going to play. Right? These 9 players that are here, all of y'all are going to pick up some of Jalen Brunson's workload. All of y'all. And I'm expecting a double-double from Mitch as a starter, and I'm expecting a double-double from Precious off the bench. Because if Cat's going to score and rebound and be away from the rim, his rebounding numbers are going to go down. So what does that mean for Josh Hart, though? What does that mean for Josh Hart, right? Josh Hart, you are now my primary on-ball defender. You don't do nothing else. Only thing you do is float around in the offensive defensive sets and take advantage of opportunity. Yep. That's what I'm doing.
So Tibbs is going to go out his way?
No, Fritz. I said that's what I would do. Keep in mind, I said that's what I would do.
Okay. So we're going to change Mikal Bridges' name to Alec Burks?
No. We're going to change Mikal Bridges' name to Devin Booker. To Bradley Beal. That's what we're going to do. If Devin Booker, after 9 years in the NBA, can pick up point guard responsibilities in the middle of the season, Mikal Bridges can do it. If Bradley Beal can pick up ball handling and point guard responsibilities, man, listen, the Detroit Pistons have a point guard that's 235 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
The Detroit Pistons have a point guard right now that is 235 pounds. The Oklahoma City Thunder have a point guard that's the same size as Mikal Bridges right now. And he's less less athletic than Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges.
Go ahead.
Mikal Bridges had the ball in his hand a lot last year. Actually, when he went over to the Nets,
Right.
he was holding the ball a lot.
Right.
So I mean, I don't think it's too far fetched.
No, it's not far fetched at all because I know basketball. It ain't far fetched. Period. The reason why what we forget, man, when we start talking hoops and stuff is, and this is casuals. Casuals will be like, yo, I'm gonna have Mikal Bridges at the 2, right? Mikal Bridges is my shooting guard. And then when the point guard goes down, we forget that we said, I like Mikal Bridges at the 2. I like Mikal Bridges as a shooting guard. So we said it. We knew that Mikal Bridges had guard ability. And then now that we need Mikal Bridges to tap into his guard ability, we're like, nah, that sounds out there. Guards are guards. They have different responsibilities. And when all year I had been saying the Knicks have a point guard, 3 wings, and a big, the chat kept saying, we need a power forward. We need a shooting guard. Well, if Mikal Bridges is your shooting guard, like you said, in the absence of a point guard, your shooting guard is the point guard.
It's
that's if one you, and I'm not saying you, Fritz, I'm talking in general, right? Don't take you know, you my guy. I'm saying this in general. You know, we doing the show and stuff. So the thing is, either when you were saying that, then you believed it, right? You believed a guard can do guard stuff. You believed it then, right? And now you just don't have faith in it? Or back then you didn't know what you was talking about, and now that now all that stuff that you were saying is being brought to the forefront, you have to run away from that point. You have to distance yourself from that point. Because guards play in tandem. That's why you have 2 of them on the floor at the same time, because they play in tandem. A point guard and an off the point guard, or an off guard, or a shooting guard, or whatever you want to call it. In my mind, in today's NBA, you don't get enough 94-foot pressure on your guards to need 2 point guards on the floor at the same time. You just don't. And at time, we've seen our guards not do traditional point guard stuff. Fritz, did you see what Keith Turner put in the chat? He said Bridges is a low motor.
Low motor.
Yeah, I can't believe it, bro. I'm a distance myself from Keith Turner for a minute.
You know what, Freezy?
Yes, sir.
I saw somebody write something on Twitter earlier, and so and they were kind of downing on Bridges. So I went in and then started looking up stats.
Okay.
Because they kind of had that low motor type thing. Mikal Bridges is second in the NBA on average distance per game, offense and defense.
Yeah.
And they call him low motor. On defense, he is like top 3 in speed on defense.
Right.
So I don't know where they get these numbers from.
There
Number
are
one in minutes.
yeah.
Number
There are no
number
numbers.
one. Yeah. So
There
I
are.
mean, he's doing a lot, and then they keep calling him low motor.
Yeah. It's like for those that celebrate Christmas, right? For those that celebrate Christmas, it's like, yo, when we I'm just gonna say the 70s. Back in the 70s, bro, when you didn't get like the pellet rifle for Christmas, you're like, I don't know why my pops ain't get me no pellet rifle for Christmas, man. My pops don't do nothing except work 43 hours a week at the assembly plant, right? Gotta pay. Yo, anybody in here, if you ever paid rent in New York, raise your hand. Anybody in here ever paid rent in New York? Anybody in here ever chat? Anybody in the chat ever paid rent in New York? I'm just asking. Like anybody in here ever like lived in New York and know how expensive New York is?
Crazy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, pops, you doing, man? All I wanted, man, I ain't asked you for nothing. All I wanted was that what's you call the joint, man? The crank joint, the pellet gun. Y'all remember what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. BB gun.
Yeah, not the BB with the pellet one. The one that come with pellets in it. They look like little shells. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And so it's like when my pops would work all year, and I'd be like, Pops, oh, I just wanted a pellet gun, man. It only costs $22. Well, $22 in 1975 is bread, bro.
Eggs.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, eggs is $22 now. Just Knicks is in the building. Salute. Yo, and so it's like when we look at Bridges, Bridges is the most screened player in the NBA. And it's not even a close margin. I think Bridges is like been screened like 90 more times than the closest person. Right? Like this dude does so much stuff. Man, listen. If you take Bridges off the ball, you know who doesn't do those things? Josh Hart. Josh Hart. If Josh Hart is a defender and a rebounder, have Josh Hart be the point of attack defender. Step up and do something. I was mad at Josh Hart for the Lakers game and the Clippers game. I'm over it. I'm a big boy, right? And both of them, both games, 1-82. Both of them, we lost. It's over, right? But instead of having Josh Hart cherry pick on the defensive end and cherry pick on the offensive end, how about Josh Hart be the point of attack defender? Josh Hart, your new job is point of attack defense. Mitchell Robinson, you playing 28 minutes, and all I'm asking you to be is the best version of yourself. Be healthy for 28 minutes a game until Jalen Brunson gets back. When he gets back, we'll give you 2 days off. 2 games off. By that time, Huck Porty should be getting into a groove. Right? I'm taking Mikal Bridges off of the best offensive player every night, and he's my new point guard. Josh Hart is my new point of attack defender. Mitchell Robinson is my rim protector. And even though I don't like it, I'm having Karl Anthony Towns guard offensive players straight up. I like Cat's defense against a one-on-one against players better than I like Karl Anthony Towns as the drop man zoned up with multiple responsibilities. Yo, Keith Turner is on one tonight. Hey, Keith Turner, you didn't see Cat defense on Luka and LeBron the other night? Chat, did y'all see Cat's defense on Luka the other night?
Yep. In space. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Somebody in the chat tell me if they saw Karl Anthony Towns defense on LeBron and on Luka. Hey man, he's just hey Turner. Y'all know Turner, my man. So y'all better not say nothing to him. That's my guy. That's y'all know Keith Turner, my guy. So don't say nothing. But Karl Anthony Towns' defense on Cat made Luka work on defense. He made LeBron work. He made them work. Luka hit a fadeaway in the free throw circle, and you were like, if that wasn't an all NBA player, that player would have missed that shot. That's where I'm going with it, Fritz. Jalen Brunson is out. Mikal Bridges is my new point guard. I'm taking all the point guard responsibility away from Deuce and just asking him to score and defend. That's it. Mm-hmm. Cameron Payne is the primary backup. And if we need a third point guard, Tyler Kolek, you're next in line for the Price is Right. Right?
Over Shamet?
Over. Man, I almost walked out it. Yeah, Shamit's not a point guard, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's my approach to it. And so Fritz, the reason why I do that is when Jalen Brunson gets back, guess what happens? Everyone goes back to their normal rotation spots, but they get a little taste of what they could do to help Jalen when Jalen Brunson is trapped or when he's not available.
Do you have to?
Yeah. In my mind.
Okay, so currently we see Hart bring the ball up a lot. So you stopping that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's like to me, that's like watching Julius Randle bring the ball up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't like it in the second half. Like when he does it, like he's affected in the first half because I guess he has more energy. In the second half, I think it's pointless. But
yeah, I'm not trusting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not trusting it. Notice, did you know I kept OG Anunoby in his role? Mm-hmm. With all those changes, OG still does the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I gotta have Josh Hart as the on ball defender now.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mikal Bridges' offense, when he's not the primary defender, is actually pretty good offense.
Mm-hmm.
When you ask Mikal Bridges to be a one-way player, basically, He's actually pretty good. About 23 points a game, about 6 rebounds, about 6 assists. Doesn't turn the ball over, hits a lot of clutch shots. But when you ask him to run into a brick wall for 40 minutes a night, over and over and over again, when you ask him to run into a brick wall, $150 a night, and then you also ask him to be a jump shooter. Like, it's legitimately like asking someone to work out on leg day, do squats all day, and then go in the gym and shoot jump shots. To me, it doesn't make sense. I'm not in the gym with them every day. I don't know if he volunteered to do it. I don't know if that was the understanding before he came here from Brooklyn. But on the surface, it looks like you grind that man down like an eraser. Just grind him down, grind him down, grind him down. And then you want him to do typewriter stuff. No, it's not, it don't make sense. So what's your solution, Fritz?
I'm not sure. I think, my thing was I was kind of upset because I think they should have prepared better for this eventuality. We saw what happened last year. And we should have done everything in our power for it not to happen again. So that was training the young guys just in case this happened.
Right.
And it didn't seem like that was the case. So it was more outrage than planning in my mind. I hadn't gotten to that spot yet. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, you can look at Kolek and say he's not what you want defensively, but he should have kind of been ready. He should kind of been ready. His offense is way ahead of his defense, but he should have kind of been ready for a role if Jalen ever left. If Jalen wasn't there.
Is this defense worse than Brunson's?
It's bad. Like you know what? It's those obvious plays where, like, when you lose someone, it's not, hey, it's bad defense. He loses people at times. Like
JB loses in the Lakers game.
Yeah.
When my guy hit that corner three, and
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson tried to take the charge on LeBron, and the guy in the corner was wide open. That was Jalen Brunson's man.
Yeah, I think Cole could have been ready for this moment. He could have been ready.
So what do we do now, though?
What we do now? I still would like for him to have a role, even though he's not. Yeah, if it's going to 10 minutes a game, I still think he should have a role because I think his playmaking ability is just so far ahead of
Right.
anybody else on the team.
Right.
And then sometimes your defense individually may not have to be that great if the team is like kind of working together.
I would offer this with Mitchell Robinson in the starting lineup as opposed to Deuce. I think we can hold teams under 100 points a night with Bridges, Hart, OG, Mitch, and Cat. I think we can hold teams to under 100 with that group. The only bad, Josh Hart is a opportunistic defender.
Yeah.
He's not a guy that's going to stay with his man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Cat on an island is a better defender than Cat with multiple defensive responsibilities.
Yeah. But in your plan, the one thing is I don't think he would let Tibbs play Mitch 28 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Because
okay.
And it's not that he couldn't do it, but if it goes wrong, it's gonna be real wrong. Like if it goes sideways, it's gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad all over.
Sideways how? What do you mean?
Mitch gets hurt.
Oh, wait a minute.
Mitch gets hurt.
What if Mitch gets hurt coming back from an injury?
Yeah.
Think about what you're telling me.
No.
What if Mitch gets hurt coming back from an injury?
No, it's plausible in 5 minutes a game. It could happen in 5 minutes a game. But if you put 30 minutes on a game on him, and it does happen, Leon's gonna lose his job. Not only Tibbs gonna lose his job, Leon's gonna lose his job.
Yeah, I don't agree with you on that part. The part that I would agree with you on, say if Mikal Bridges gets hurt playing point guard.
Oh yeah, that's
then I'd be there with you, right?
And Mikal gets hurt at any point.
Yeah,
any point in the season. Tibbs, you're Tibbs, pack your bags.
Yeah,
pack your bags.
Yeah, because that validates his weird reputation, right? So I agree. But the part with Mitch though, I don't know. When I heard that part, I was like, is that fear mongering, or is that a legit concern? And I think it's a legit concern, just not with Mitch. I think if you change Mikal Bridges to move him on ball and he gets hurt, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, we tried something and now we done got that man streak broke, and so I'm with you on that. Because his streak is his legacy now. That's his legacy. That's who he is, Iron Man.
Iron Man, minutes king, everything.
Yeah. But if Mitch gets hurt, I'm like, what else is new? And didn't this happen last year? And no disrespect to Mitch, right? No disrespect to Mitch, but we have a track record. We have a history, a resume.
Mm-hmm.
So if Mitch comes off the bench, what does that do to your second unit? That would be the question. So now you have zero scoring on your second unit. Because your offense is Deuce, Cam, Precious, and Shamit.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do for offense?
Yeah. It's going to be rough.
Yep. You know what else I'm doing with that unit that I mentioned? With Bridges at point guard? I'm capping them at 32 minutes.
You have to.
Yeah. I'm capping everybody, though, at 32 minutes.
Okay. That hasn't worked all year. That haven't worked all year.
I know.
Yeah. But that has to come from above because Tibbs would never make that decision.
Yeah, that's Tibbs' rotation, bro.
No, but you think Tibbs would ever make where the starters play 32 minutes? He willingly did that on his own.
See, again, I'm saying if it were me, this is what I
Okay.
would do. That's why I said, you know what I would do? That's why I said that as a preface.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We already know what Tibbs is going to do. Tibbs is going to start Deuce, and we're going to get out to slow starts all the time while Jalen is out, right? And then we're going to have to climb our way back out of a hole, right? Because we had been doing it with Jalen Brunson here. Get off to a sluggish start. The team is beating us 17-7, and then now we got to kick it into overdrive and waste useless energy just to tie the game, right? And then hope they don't, once we tie it, hope they don't jump out to an even bigger lead next time. And then we have to climb out of an even bigger hole. I'm not going through all of that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not
You
going
saw
through all of that.
you saw last night how many minutes Josh played?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't notice.
46.
Oh, that's awesome.
46 minutes, I think, for Josh.
So here's a topic for us to talk about, right? Here's a topic for us to talk about, right? Do the Knicks need a player to step up in Jalen Brunson's absence? Overwhelmingly, with 37 votes in, 97% of you say yes. %97 of you say yes. And so here's my question to you guys, to all the yesers, the yes y'all, all the yes crew. Give me an idea of that player that needs to step up, and Fritz and I will break it down. All the way down. Time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the Fritz, what's your favorite what's your favorite house music track? Anybody in here like house music?
Yeah.
House music all night long. House music all night long.
The one that has no words to it.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. Oh.
I can see Anthony D in the house party dancing in the house right now with his club shirt on, his shirt open. It coming in. Drinking Cavassier.
Yeah.
Hey, building block. Hey, building blocks. You got to give me a song. I already know what building blocks want to say. Building blocks want to say "Follow Me" by Alias. Yeah, anybody remember "Follow Me"?
Yeah, Follow Me. Yep.
I already know building blocks want to say "Follow Me" by Alias. You talking about soul clap? Yo, what's the CeCe Peniston song, the house version? What's the CeCe Peniston joint? The house version of the CeCe Peniston joint. Not finally. Is it finally?
Finally? Is it?
No, HR. Is it? I think it's Spring Love. I think that might be the joint. Bro, the song legit is like, the mix of it is like 18 minutes. It's like an 18-minute joint. It's like What's the joint we used to start the show with? Chat. What's the joint we used to start the show with? All the time. Y'all want this party started right?
Yeah.
Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Y'all remember the joint, right? Set it off. Set it off legit is like 13 minutes long, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, man. Yeah, man. So how about we do this?
Mm-hmm.
How about we do this? Since let me do this. I used to have a site that I could do. Where is it? There it is. There it is. I got it. I have it, Fritz.
Oh, what's up?
I have it. So how were you feeling about Brunson being out?
I'm surprised it took this long. I'm surprised it's long. The amount of times he's been bouncing off the ground, or he's been taking charges. I'm surprised it's like from a bad step, but he's been taking some abuse.
He's been taking some abuse, right? Yeah. Can you see that, man? Can y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, can y'all see that? Y'all want me? I'm gonna spin the wheel. Let me see. I'm gonna spin the wheel. Let me go here. Let me see. This is the person we need to step up. Deuce. All right. All right. All right. So Deuce. We'll say Deuce. Deuce is chat. So Deuce is the one that have to step up, right? So Fritz, how does Deuce step up and have an impact great enough to help the Knicks win without Jalen Brunson until Jalen Brunson returns?
I think it really depends on his role. I really like Deuce as a shooting guard.
Ooh.
I think he really I think he really should shoot more.
I'll be right back, boss.
Yeah.
You think he should shoot more?
I think he should shoot more.
Why is that?
Because I don't think he's a point guard. But I think the Knicks have a problem of getting open threes. Quality threes is an issue. I kind of have an issue how they're just even approaching offense. Yeah, I really just don't think Deuce is a point guard. I think if Kolek was ready, this would be a lot easier to figure out. Instead of putting people in different roles, different positions. If Kolek was ready, this wouldn't have been as big of an issue. But I think the only reason a lot of people put Deuce at point guard is because of his height. But I would totally be okay with Deuce jacking up threes. I'd totally be okay with it.
I don't know, Fritz. I don't know, dog. Deuce.
Yeah, I think Deuce is an excellent 3-point shooter if you give him open threes.
If you give him open threes,
But right now, we're not. Our offense looks horrible. I think it looks horrible. Everybody sets a screen. Everybody sets a screen for Jalen Brunson. Nobody sets a screen for anybody else.
right? Right.
And I don't think it's, I don't think they're going to do it in the last 20 games. But this is an opportunity to kind of rework that offense. But I don't think Tibbs has never put a priority on open shots this year and shooting more threes. I think he's gonna keep his game plan.
You think he's not going to adjust his offense in the absence of an all-star guard?
No, I think he's gonna adjust, but I don't think he's gonna rewrite the book. I don't think he's gonna rewrite the book.
What book? Expound on it, bro. What book?
I think he's gonna try to plug in Jalen minutes, and everything else should try to go as usual.
Yeah.
They're like try to not disrupt what we're doing. Deuce, you get some more point guard minutes. Cam, you get some point guard minutes. But like everybody else kind of did what you was doing before.
How did you like Cameron Payne and Deuce McBride at point guard so far this year?
I don't like it. Like I think they knew that going into the year. That's why they tried to get other point guards this summer. They just couldn't get one.
Right now, though, I'm talking about like in Jalen's absence, though.
What I saw the other night.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I don't. Maybe it's me because I'm not a big XOs guy, but I don't see the plays. I don't. I really don't. Like sometimes I see other teams and I can see the organization. I just don't see it with the Knicks. They just trying stuff. They just going out there and trying stuff.
Right.
Because I think Jalen was just that good. But I don't know. I think Jalen was that good that they didn't have to be that organized. They didn't have to set all these screens. They didn't have to everybody get open. But that would have helped right now if they were.
Yeah.
Because you don't have someone who's just a natural talent like that. Like East Brew said, we look sloppy. We look sloppy on offense. Even when Jalen's here, we look sloppy on offense.
All right, Professor. You called me out. I'm gonna do it because everybody. You're right. Everybody is not an X's and O's guy, and I'm with you on it. Right, X's and O's. That's not for everybody. Right, that's like the calculator is not for everybody. Right, it's one of those things. Some people get the calculator and some people don't. I am one of those folks. I ain't gonna lie. I don't get the calculator at all. Right, but what I do get though, I share it with people that are smart, and then with people that are smart, what I don't get, I glean off of them what I can't process. Right, like no one person is gonna know it all. Right. and whether it's X's and O's, basketball strategy, um, handling people, and all of that type. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna do this. Do this. I'm gonna delete this, and I'm gonna have the conversation about the offense and defense. So I'm drawing
Okay.
something up here, Fritz. Bear with me for a moment.
Okay. Yeah. So while you're doing that, like when I'm saying by sloppy is I can look at Golden State and I can see exactly what they're trying to do on offense. I can see it. They're coming off to doing they're coming off screens. I can see the little curl plays. I can see it all. On the Knicks, it's like, oh, we're just kind of, oh, if he kind of gets open, he'll kind of get open, and I'll see Brunson try to make something happen. If someone gets open, they get open. If they don't, they don't. I just don't see the organization there. I don't see I don't see people fighting to get open. I don't see people
Right.
except for running for the to the corner. I don't see the effort to make plays happen.
Oh. Oh my. Are you calling Tibbs out?
Hey, maybe defense is his thing. Offense, not so much.
All right. So chat, y'all can't see it. I'm frustrated because I kept spelling defense wrong. I'm like, why does this word look weird? All right. So I'm gonna share some things with y'all, right? And tell me what y'all think, right? Can everyone see this? Yeah,
Yeah, we see it. Yeah.
Anthony D, I see you. I see you, boss. So I have a graph here. I just drew it up real quick. So if it looks primitive, it's primitive. So chat. I'm gonna list right here the number one thing wrong with the Knicks offense this season. And this is it, in my opinion. The lack of high conversion 3-point shooting from role players. Right? Let me see. How can I wrap this? I want to wrap this. You know what? I ain't gonna wrap it. I'm gonna just slide this here. And if we have to move the defense, we'll just have to move the defense. To me, that is the number one thing wrong with our offense, right? This is the number one thing wrong with the Knicks offense, right? The lack of high volume and high conversion 3-point shooting from Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Tyler Kolek, Deuce McBride, um, Cameron Payne, Landry Shamet, Precious Achua, Mitchell Robinson. Fritz, the problem with our offense is our best scorers and our best 3-point shooters are the same person, right? Like the reason why Jalen Brunson gets double teamed and trapped is because when you kick the ball to somebody else, Josh is shooting 31% from three and he's scared Bridges is shooting 35%, but he doesn't just shoot 35%. He shoots 70%, then 15%, then 70%, then 15%, right? OG shoots 36, 37%, right? But OG shoots 7 for 9, 0 for 7. 7 for 9, 0 for 7, and it's unpredictable. Right? And then Cat shoots it at the beginning of the season, right? At the beginning of the season, Karl Anthony Towns was shooting 53%. At the time that he broke his hand, he was shooting 46.5%. Right now, he's shooting 41% because his shooting has been down since he hurt his hand. And so what that means on a nightly basis is you got to let everybody shoot because you don't know who's going to be hot and who's not. And so every game, not knowing, you have to constantly run the same offense because you don't know if it's going to be Bridges night, Deuce's night, OG's night, Cat's night, Payne's night, right? But if you knew if these guys were consistent, then you could run an offense based on those guys' skill set. But since they're not consistent, you have to basically have Jalen Brunson be a one-man show. What do you think, Fritz?
A little bit, but you got to trust him. You got to trust him.
What you mean? What you mean? I'm not. You gotta trust them.
I mean, those are your main guys. You gotta trust them, even if they're inconsistent. In this situation, I've heard a few people say this. I don't think they're wrong. If I put Tyler Kolek, even with his bad defense, we would get a lot more open shots. And he's a good shooter. So some people would roll the dice with Kolek, even though unproven.
Yeah.
I just don't think Tibbs would gamble like that.
Yeah.
But it may be the best solution.
Right.
But it's a gamble.
It's a gamble.
And you gotta let him, and it's kind of thing like you have to let him fail. Like
Right.
you have to let him fail. Like don't yank him 2 games it doesn't work, don't yank him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm looking at worst case scenario where Jalen Brunson isn't coming back, that may be the best solution. Is let this kid work it out for 20 games. And he's gonna learn today. He's gonna learn today. Yell at him like you yelled at Obi, but he's gonna learn today. Because it's probably the best solution.
Okay. The Kolek thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add Tyler Kolek to the wheel. All right. I'm gonna add.
Because I don't think the playmaking anybody comes close to Tyler Kolek. And I'm not even just talking fancy passes. I'm not. No one comes close. I don't think anybody else on the roster you can't confidently says it's even a point guard. Deuce in my mind is shooting guard.
Yeah, Deuce is a wing player. Yeah, in my mind.
Payne, a little, but he's a shooting guard because his instinct is to shoot every time.
Yeah. Yeah, he was taught that.
So I, I, I think, the Knicks know what's going on internally of how bad it is. But if it's going to be long term, where Jalen's coming back in the playoffs or he doesn't come back at all,
Right.
I think you throw Cole to the wolves and you make him learn because he has the skill. Offensively, there's no doubt that he has the skill.
Right. I'm gonna add something else. To say you mentioned Kolek, I'm gonna add something else I feel like is stalling the offense, which will neutralize the Tyler Kolek conversation, even though I don't want to.
Mhm. But I blame that on Tips. So I was like, okay, he should have been ready. He should have been. He should have been playing his little 5 minutes a game throughout the season, just in case.
Yo, anybody ever hear Tom Thibodeau say, offensively, the game will tell you what to do?
Yeah, we heard him say it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm at the chat. I was just reaching out to the chat. Chat, y'all heard that before? Chat, y'all heard this before, right? Offensively, the game will tell you what to do. Fritz, you know what that means? You know what, as hoopers, like say me and Fritz are a backcourt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fritz is the point guard. I'm the shooting guard, right? Right. Right. When hoopers hear the game will tell you what to do when we are on offense, that means this. I'm gonna put it in the chat. That's what that means. When you hear Ted say the game will tell you what to do offensively, the game will tell you what to do. That is telling aggressive offensive players take what the defense gives you. That means don't be aggressive. Take what the defense gives you. If the lob, if you feel like you can throw the lob, but the defense ain't giving it to you, don't throw it. Be safe. Right? The game will tell you what to do means play a very safe offense. Right? And Fritz, you know what? And Fritz can speak to this. As players, the thing that you learn as offensive guys is always stay aggressive. Right?
Mm-hmm.
As offensive players, you never take your foot off the gas. Because the name of the game is put the ball in the hole and stop them from putting the ball in the hole. But when your coach says the game will tell you what to do, is code for you guys do whatever you want. Just don't turn the ball over. Just don't make mistakes. Right? Think about this, y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all this, and this is gonna sound crazy, right? But think about the reason why I am asking you this question. Under Tom Thibodeau, have you ever seen a 25 turnover game from the Knicks? That's crazy, right? Like a wow, like we just throwing the ball all over the place. Have y'all ever seen an OD 20 turnover game from the Knicks?
I think I've seen one. I know one sticks out, but I'm not sure if it was 20, but it was like definitely like 19.
So this is one of the things I think is wrong with our offense, right? Take what the defense gives you. How about we attack the defense? How about the defense have to defend their rim as opposed to attacking our offense? Right? That makes sense, Fritz? Like, why are we taking what the defense gives as opposed to us attacking the defense? Does that mean we don't have an offense?
Not necessarily. I think it's our pace is kind of slow, or we don't have the fastest pace.
But how are you equating pace to offense, though? Just asking.
Yeah, we don't force the issue.
Or no, I mean, forcing the issue. How? I'm just wanting to follow the conversation. Are you saying we don't get out in transition and run enough, or we don't get the ball up fast enough after a make to give us more time on the shot clock? Like which one are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't think the Knicks are very aggressive. Like they try to make sure they get back on defense. Like they're not going to take a lot of risks.
Okay.
They don't take a lot of risks.
Okay. I understand I think I understand the pace thing. I don't understand it completely though. Because it's like, are we saying like defensively, once we get the defensive rebound, we don't push it fast enough? Like we should be pushing the pace all the time?
We should. Like at times Josh has. Like there's certain games like Josh is on it. Like that's his thing. And then other days, if Josh ain't doing it, nobody. I don't think many people are doing it.
You know what? If you had two guards on the floor, Jalen Brunson wouldn't walk the ball up the floor every possession, saving energy.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, y'all ever considered the reason why we play slow is because Jalen Brunson walks the ball up the floor. There's no other guard. There's no tandem. There's no coupling, right? There's no duo. There's no getting the ball up the floor. Yeah. All right, Fritz, I got about 5 minutes left, man, before
Mhm.
StreamYard hit his limit, right? You brought up a point about Deuce. What I'm gonna say to that Deuce point, and the Tyler Kolek thing, I'm gonna tie Tyler Kolek into this also, bro. This is this is Deuce's fifth year. Deuce was drafted in 21, so
Yeah.
22, 23, 24, 25. This is Deuce's fourth season, bro.
Yeah.
He's been out of high school 7 years.
Yeah.
And we're asking him to change into something that he has not been since day one. Not at West Virginia, not with the Knicks. What I'm saying is, I think it's time to scrap the Deuce McBride experiment on some stuff and just let him thrive in the stuff that he's really good at. Be a wing player. You're a 6'1" wing. You're Alvin Robertson. For those that remember Alvin Robertson, that's Deuce. Be that.
Mm-hmm.
Be that.
Yeah.
Real King, you right. Think about Deuce's coaches. He went from Bob Huggins to Tom Thibodeau. Right? He went from Bob Huggins to Tom Thibodeau. Basically, he went from plaid to checkerboard. What's the difference? Deuce is not a point guard. We have to play him like Alvin Robertson, a 6'1" defender that scores. That's a what type of scorer would we describe it best?
Like a comparison?
Yeah, like opportunistic scorer.
Okay.
Full-time defender, opportunistic scorer. Deuce is not a point guard. We gotta stop. And I love Deuce, by the way. Right? Love Deuce. We gotta stop though. Right? Just let him do the stuff that he's good at. And you know what? And Fritz, this summer, Deuce is extension eligible, right?
You still got a couple years left.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
This is
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, Fritz, and these I'm gonna talk about Tyler Kolek for a few moments, but I also want to talk about a few things, right? Just real quick, because nobody because the chat what happens is the chat they won't they'll hear me say something, and then they'll go somewhere else and they'll be like, you know what? The Knicks should have drafted Ryan Dunn and Pacom Dadier, and we wouldn't even have this issue. But when I was saying the Knicks should have drafted Ryan Dunn and Pacom Dadier before the draft, people were like, the Knicks will never draft that many rookies. Fritz, you remember that conversation? The Knicks won't draft that many rookies. Are you crazy? Tibbs would never.
Yeah.
And he's done it twice since he's been here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Twice in 4 seasons. 4 rookies in a draft, bringing 4 guys. Right? And what else do we mention? Oh, the Knicks have a path. I remember saying that the Knicks have I said the Knicks have a path to get to the Eastern Conference Finals one year, the Randall year. The mighty 4th seed year, like State like to say. There's a path, right? And then we messed around and lost to the Hawks, and the Hawks took our path to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I was saying it the whole time, like, yo, all we got to do is beat Atlanta, bro. There's a path, bro. We get such and such and such. There's a path. I'm not saying that I'm right all the time about stuff. But what I am saying is I'm smart enough to research stuff, to share stuff. Right? Like no one person is going to know it all. Right? But I don't hide in a safe space and then come out after the fact. Like, man, I love Pacom Dadier. Bro, I was the first person in the Knicks universe to say Pacom Dadier name. I had Pacom Dadier's name in the background, like you see right there with playback TV is.
Mm-hmm.
I had Pacom Dadier's image in the background. Right? This time last year. Kind of like how I'm telling Fritz Alcindor right now about Kanan Catchings and he laughs. Who was Kanan Catchings? Right? And so ultimately what I'm saying is this. Don't sleep on what the rest of the NBA is doing only because you have Knicks tunnel vision. Teams around the NBA have big non-traditional guards as playmakers. And Knicks fans embrace this mantra of instead of embracing what Victor Wembanyama and others do at the center position, we're like, nah, we want Tyson Chandler at the 5. When NBA players are these 6'11", 7-foot dudes, 7'1" dudes are coming into the NBA handling the ball, doing multiple things, we're like, nah, we want Marcus Camby. Right? When you watch other teams play basketball, right? When you watch other teams, like when we lost to a team legitimately the other night that had a 6'7", 250 plus pound point guard that we couldn't guard. And we're laughing at the idea of Mikal Bridges being a point guard. Cade Cunningham is 6'6", 235. LaMelo is 6'7", 200 pounds. Tyrese Halliburton is 6'5", 185. But we like midgets. We're like, nah, Mikal Bridges can't play point guard for 15 games until Jalen Brunson gets back, because that's not what we're used to seeing. And you know what else we're not used to seeing? Banners. Any kind. Division title, Eastern Conference champs, NBA champs. We don't get any of them. We're not winning the division. We're not winning the conference. We're not winning the title. We ain't winning none of that. Because we think a point guard should be 6'2". It's just food for thought. And I ain't fussing, I ain't tripping. I like Tyler Kolek, and I think Tyler Kolek is going to be a fantastic NBA player. I think Tyler Kolek needs minutes. I think we need Tyler Kolek on the floor for his shooting, right? Not just for his playmaking. I think we need Tyler Kolek on the floor to spread the floor. I think Tyler Kolek is potentially a 40% from 3 guy if given the opportunity to do it in volume. But we won't get to see it because we like 6'2" point guards that play defense first. All right, everybody. Peace.